Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Easton Hardesty of Brighton Football. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Casey?
Doing well. So, summer's full in effect. How's it going so far?
Yeah, it's going good. We're really getting into the swing of things here. A lot of lifting, a lot of 7-on-7s, getting some camps coming up like ONU.
Yeah. Um, how, just overall, like I know you had a pretty successful junior year. I know obviously it was had some bumps in the road as well, but but really going into this summer, what do you feel like your goals are heading into the upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, getting a big injury last year, it was kind of rough on my knee, but I'm fully healed now. I think going into Saline to prove a point week 1 is huge. And just I think bringing our team together as one and pushing each other to do well.
Yeah. Okay, so going into the upcoming year, what have you kind of done? What are some of the things that you've been able to do, this off season? What have you got planned?
So obviously ONU in a couple weeks, taking the whole team down there and getting some work in. I think it's not, I mean, sticking in the weight room too. It's not mostly just like during football. I think out of football is going to be big too. Like staying connected and being able to spend time with each other outside of the weight room and outside of the field is huge just to build a relationship with everyone. So everyone's on the same page when we start playing games.
Yeah. Um, so I think the biggest, I think, one of the biggest things that, of course, what you're going to do is going from primarily an offensive guy to a defensive guy. So what's that transition like going to be for you?
Well, I've been working a lot at corner this off season, like with all the other DBs, and I did practice a little bit with the DBs last year when I could. Going making the transition. I know I'm going to stay a little bit at wide receiver, but mainly corner. Um, it's just a learning process, learning the coverages, learning all the names for them, and um, building a connection with the other DBs is huge.
Yeah. Okay. So going from that, to this year, this is, can you believe that you're going to be a senior this year?
I mean, that's crazy. Like time has gone by so fast, and it's just ridiculous. Like I'm gonna be 18 in a month, and it's just crazy.
Yeah. Um, So I feel like there's a lot of things that, obviously you guys want to accomplish, but just really kind of talk about like what the vibe has been like around the guys.
I mean, just being together as a team is huge. I think we have a great connection, like with all the young guys hanging out with the seniors, and everyone's just like acting as a team instead of being split up by grade, and we're all coming together and pushing each other to be the best we can be.
Yeah. So let's see. I know that there's what about like, this season, like you going in, I know there's gonna be, a lot of things out there, but knowing that this is your last shot, at playing high school football. I don't know if you're gonna continue it next year, but what do you want to feel like you want to accomplish heading into, this last year of high school football for you?
I want to focus on one game at a time, and instead of looking forward like we have been, like in the past years, I think we need to focus on each game as itself. Like after we finish one game, then we start looking on to the next game instead of focusing on weeks ahead. Um, but mainly just winning each game at a time and putting in the work and staying one team instead of splitting off into two different teams, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Um, all right. Well, Easton, let's get, since this is your first time on here, let's get to know you a little bit. And it's time to ask this year's edition of the famous 10 burning questions. Here we go. I revamped them this year, so we'll see
All
how it
right.
goes. Okay, do you feel like you can get more things done in the morning or at night?
Definitely in the morning.
Okay. What's the hardest class you've ever taken?
Hardest class I've ever taken. Oh, that's a tough question. Probably AP Pre-Calc.
Okay. What is a food that you will never eat?
Sushi.
What's the biggest thing people don't understand about high school football?
It's a grind. You got to put in the work if you want to be good.
Absolutely. What is the biggest thing on your bucket list right now?
Like anything,
Anything.
it's got to be going skydiving. I've always wanted to do it.
Okay. Um, okay. What are three things you can't live without?
Um, my family,
Yep.
the Lord and Savior,
Yep.
and my closest friends.
Yeah. That's awesome. Um, okay. This may be the most controversial question out there. Um, Time to rank your top five fast food restaurants. Okay. Okay. Before you do, just the regular fast food, that of course counts, obviously. But if you're wondering if like Chipotle, Qdoba, and all those things in the premium category, yes, they do count as well.
Okay.
Restaurants count too. So it's one to five, best one at one, and then go into five.
Okay, I'm gonna start at five just to make it more suspenseful.
Okay.
All right. So restaurants count too. You said like sit down restaurants count.
Yes. Yeah, they count.
All right. Um, I'm gonna have to say that Chick-fil-A is gonna go at my five spot.
Okay.
Like it's good, but I wouldn't get it every day.
Yeah.
Um, I'd have to say Buffalo Wild Wings is gonna go at four.
Okay.
That's like a post game, after game, go with there with your buddies sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, Chipotle is gonna go three.
Okay. Are you a bowl guy or a burrito guy?
Definitely burrito.
Okay.
Definitely burrito. Um, geez, what's gonna be my two? Okay, this is gonna be a very iffy one, but I
Okay.
gotta put McDonald's at two,
Okay.
just because if you're hungry, you can just swing by there and get something real quick and eat
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
And then Raising Cane's at one.
Okay. I had Raising Cane's for the first time last year. And well, actually, no, a few months ago, it was pretty good.
It's amazing. I got it last night actually, and it was. I'm sad we don't have one closer to here, but
Stay tuned.
hopefully.
Well, I mean, can't I from what I've heard, Canton is getting one, and I know we've gone through this a few times. No, a Chick-fil-A is not coming to Brighton.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
some
It's kind of upsetting, but
Yeah. I know there was talks, but no, hey, it still might happen, but I haven't heard anything.
yeah.
Um, okay, so what is the most proudest accomplishment you've ever had?
Um, that's a really hard question. I think the proudest accomplishment I've ever had is I'm gonna have to go. I'd go deeper into it, but taking fifth at states my sophomore year for wrestling is definitely up there. Just I don't know. It just hit me that was I was really proud of myself after that. Took a lot of work to get there. So
Yeah. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
um my plan after high school right now is to get my associates in online, my associate's degree, and then go to the police academy. And so
Awesome.
I assume I'm gonna have a full-time job as a cop 5 years from now.
Awesome. And if you could tell your younger self something, what would you tell young Easton?
I would tell him that to work, just work harder. Like I feel like when I was younger, I definitely didn't push myself the way I could have, and looking back on it now, I would definitely tell myself to just keep pushing, and tough times you can get through them.
Absolutely. All right. Easton, thanks so much for the time as always, and
Of course.
thanks, and we'll talk to you later in the year.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.